Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back. Kat here. So this reading, this reading I have talked about several times. Truly, I couldn't take it anymore. It was driving me freaking crazy. Crazy. This is an Aquarius reading. I'm just gonna jump right into it. Okay. So I was looking at, if you watch the day and night, like day and night reading that went on the channel a little while ago, and like several other ones, the King of Wands kept coming through or keeps coming through. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do a reading on this. Okay. So I was doing this reading in the background because not only was this showing up nonstop, like this energy coming in, this King of Wands energy kind of just shooting into all the readings on the channel, but also like private readings and client readings and stuff. And I was like, what is going on? So I decided to do a reading on it. Now, this is a reading that I did in the background. I am going to draw another card, and I did make some notes. So we're just going to jump in for those of you, right, that have been wondering. I think I've talked about this in two or three recent readings here on the channel, talked about this specific reading. Okay, but it's just, yeah. So, so this King of Wands energy, the first thing that I got from this King of Wands energy is that this is somebody that is less than honorable and potentially a player, and also an energy vampire. Okay, somebody who is just shows up to kind of feed off of energy, off of your energy or the people around you's energy, however this may come through for you specifically, Aquarius. But this person is just shows up to kind of be this charmer in one way or another, and to look honorable and to look as if they are there to really support or help or assist or be there or be a part, whatever it may be specifically, but they really aren't. They're just there to suck the energy and suck the air out of the room or the space, or right, they want the look. They're looking for people to think that they're honorable, to think that they're amazing, to think that they're all of these things, to charm people into believing that they are something that they are definitely not. So this keeps showing up. So if this is for you, Aquarius, there's a lot that came through, and I am going to, I do have some cards here. This is three different decks used here, and we're going to use a fourth. We're going to get one more layer. We're going to add another piece. What's the next piece? But first, let's go over these. Again, I did make notes, so going through this very quickly. The first card out here was the Hermit, okay? And the second is the Knight of Swords. So the notes that I got here with this is that a couple of different things. For some of you, you may have strong Virgo placements as well with that Hermit energy. And for those of you that do, right, Aquarius with strong Virgo placements, it seems as if this King of Wands wants to be kind of a knight in shining armor, showing up, coming in kind of to save the day, so to speak, for those of you that have strong Virgo placements, for those of you that um, are in a kind of energy where, you know, they can come in and be that hero or be that knight in shining armor or whatever. But the thing is that this energy is false energy. Okay, they're in this place where they want to be seen, as we already talked about, or thought of as a hero or somebody who can come in and save the day. So be on the lookout for people in your life that are like that. This King of Wands, this is the energy. They may not be, right, fire energy, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And if you remember from the day, like day or night reading, that energy comes through strong as Sagittarius, okay? And it may not be for you specifically, but within this energy and the readings that this keeps showing up in, it's coming through a strong Sag energy, which is super interesting, okay? Be on the lookout for that. Now, also, kind of a second storyline that came through with the Hermit and the Knight of Swords is this energy of trying to hide or run away from the truth or wisdom or somebody else's wisdom or spoken truth or words that is working to come through. It is something that this King of Wands does not want to hear. Okay, there may be even a confrontation that they are running away from, something that somebody has to tell, or the truth that needs to come out that they are hiding from or running away from. It's almost as if, or even a confrontation, it's almost as if you, Aquarius, or this could actually be somebody that you specifically know, or somebody very close to you. It could be a Virgo very close to you if you don't have high or strong Virgo placements. It could be that somebody is coming out or speaking their truth, or finally saying something confronting this King of Wands, and all of a sudden they just don't have time to hear it, or they have to be somewhere, or they have to leave, or they just run away or hide from it. Okay, this energy is coming through and keeps showing up in the readings for a reason, Aquarius. Somebody, you or somebody you're close to, needs to become aware of this, because this is an energy that is just sucking the air out of you or your environment, or right. It's not a healthy energy. So this Sagittarius, this King of Wands, it could be Aries, Leo, Sag, but it keeps coming through Sagittarius. So I'll keep saying that. If you haven't seen the like night and day reading, I'll actually link it at the end. So watch that if you haven't. But it just keeps coming through, and it's just driving me crazy. It's frustrating when the energy keeps showing up. So hopefully this will dispel it. Now, I thought in the night and day when we were going to clear it up, but it just keeps coming through. So it isn't always in the same kind of energy. It doesn't mean that every time a King of Wands shows up, which we had one show up just recently in a reading as well, that the energy is pulled through that kind of heavy, negative energy, vampire energy, less than honorable energy. It doesn't mean that, but it has been coming through pretty heavy in a lot of the readings. So that is where this is coming from. Okay, now the next set of cards out is the Five of Swords and the Three of Wands. Okay, so whoever this person is, they live in their head. They're happy to create conflict from their ego or be in competition with those around them. Okay, this is pretty strong, even though it doesn't look like that. It looks like they're showing up as that knight in shining armor. They're showing up as that hero or that honorable person, but really their intentions are not any of that. That's less than honorable. They're an energy vampire. This is not. This is not. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody has been in a space, in a place with this person or people like this for a long, long time. It actually could be family as well here, Aquarius, but it could be within relationship, romance, an ex even that still comes up or pops up in your DMs or texts, or shows up out of the blue and is all like, yeah, let's this or that, or what have you. Once you hear this, for those of you that this is for or resonates with, you're going to know exactly. You're going to be able to pinpoint and be like, oh my gosh, I see this pattern, or I see this in this specific person. This is coming through for a very specific reason. Okay, so they love to be in competition with those around them, even though others, they're probably not aware of it. Okay, like we just talked about, their actions or the strategy that they use, they have this energy, this almost like charm around them, um, or charm that they kind of exude, that makes people, it's almost like puts blinders on people, like people can't see what's actually happening or what's actually going on. And then when people begin to wake up, right, they're hiding, or they're running away from that truth or that wisdom. When people finally see it, it's like they can't get in their car fast enough or get their shoes on fast enough to get out the dang door. Okay, that energy coming through. Interesting. But with that Three of Wands energy, this is that energy where they, they can't be alone, right? They can't be alone, but also a lot of times they make such crazy chaos around them that they can't actually be around many other people either. Okay, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's like they show up to hang around with somebody, and then like 10 minutes passes, and either one person or the other, right, can't stand to be around the other. That energy vampire just sucks all the energy out of the room, and then they have to move on to the next person. They have to move on to the next energy. They have to move on to the next, kind of showing up to be the hero, but actually sucking the air out of the room kind of energy. So Whew, know that that is, okay? Know that that is, right? And then the last set of cards that came out here for this Aquarius was double towers, okay? Double towers for this King of Wands. So they think that they are living high and mighty, living high in the tower, living high on the hill, whatever it may be, doing the things that they've done, right? It's almost this energy is a pattern. It's energy of potentially this is the energy they grew up with or in, and they just continue to do it because they're not concerned with knowing better or doing better or learning, or changing or any of that. This is what they've always known, so this is what they've always done, and that's what they're going to continue to do. They don't have any inkling or any want to change anything that they're doing because it works for them, even though they go through people, even though they go through relationships, even though they go through, kind of blow things up, right? Or burn things down or crumble things all around them all of the time. This is what they like. This is what they're used to. This is what they know. So they're going through some major ish right now. It feels like they brought it on themselves. Of course they did, right? But they also want you to feel their chaos. That's why they continually come back, or that energy keeps showing up, is because they want you to feel their chaos. They want to keep bringing you back into it, or keep bringing it back into your life. Okay, this energy, Aquarius, is this energy of really, really, they get into this place where they can't be alone, where they feel isolated, and then they have to go and cause destruction everywhere, no matter whose life it is, no matter who they're bringing back into things that has been out for even years, right? They have to cause chaos. They have to cause destruction because that is what they feel within their own life, within their own selves. And they have to, for some reason or another, pull that energy from other people. So if your life is going good, they're going to come back in, Aquarius, because theirs isn't. They have the double towers right here, right? Their life is ish. It's not good. It's not good at all. But they keep adding to it. They keep creating more. It's almost as if they have they're in relationship potentially, if they can keep a relationship even going for more than 5 minutes, and then they're in a second one before they can even get out of the first one. It's that kind of energy, always sucking, always less than honorable, although they're working so hard to show up in everybody's life, male, female, right? Doesn't matter, non-gender specific, but to be that knight in shining armor, to show up and save the day for their male friends, to show up and save the day for their female friends, for their family members, this and that, but only so that they can have some kind of gain from it, so they can look like that hero, so they can look like they're really doing all these things, but then it blows up, and then they try to hide, or they try to run away, or they can't take confrontation, or right, any truth or wisdom that's working to come out, or that does come out, that is their sign to leave, right? Pick up and freaking run. They cannot take it. Okay, so let's see what is the next piece. What is the next piece to this? We're going to get one more card for each of these three, see what the next layer is, the next piece is here, Aquarius, and then we're going to go ahead and end this reading. Now, I don't know if this has been driving you crazy, but I'll tell you, as a card reader, as somebody who steps into the energy quite often, for me, this has been driving me crazy. I just couldn't take it anymore. It was time to bring it out into the open and hopefully allow it to dissipate, to become neutral, to transmute it so that this energy doesn't keep showing up. But there is somebody specific in on this channel, Aquarius, or within, that this reading needed to come through for, okay? Somebody very specific. So if that is you, then that is, that's more than enough reason for me to do this, so that you can know what you're potentially up against, and or that this person is just an energy vampire. They have less than honorable intentions. They are a player. They're just going through the motions, moving to the next person, wanting to be that knight in shining armor, wanting to, keep up a show of sorts. And then when they completely blow it up, for some of you, they'll walk away. But for others, there's something that they are getting that they, for some reason, can't get anywhere else. So they continue to come back. So if you have a family member that maybe isn't always on the up and up, right? Or an ex that, or even a friend, that keeps coming up. Interesting that that's what came out. That keeps coming back, or all of a sudden, or this or that, right? Yeah, this is for you. This is why. So the next level that comes out with this is the Queen of Cups. So they are looking for somebody with that Queen of Cups energy who can really come through and kind of nurture them, or be compassionate, or have a bit of emotional stability, because they don't. Okay, they want somebody who's going to be like, oh, you know, kind of like back them. They want somebody who's going to kind of be very strong for them, right? They want somebody who is going to have that energy where they're gonna stand up for them, and show all that nurturing and that support, because they get to suck that much more energy out of that person. And also, for some of you, this is coming through with this Queen of Cups as empath energy, and we know, or if we don't, we can look it up and find out, right? But that energies like this King of Wands that's coming through do like to really attach to kind of empathic people, empathic personalities, empathic energy, because that energy, ooh, that's the good stuff, baby. Okay, so be on the lookout. But if you, as or whoever, that Queen of Cups kind of energy coming through here, if you catch on, if you get it, that King of Wands will be quick to go, but they'll also be just as quick to come back, because they need that. They need what you have. They need that supply. Okay. Now the next one here, we have the Four of Swords. See, you've got four cups, Four of Swords. Right? So the four is coming out. They're wanting stability. They're wanting security with those fours, but it's not coming through. They're not getting it because of the way that they're quote unquote kind of playing this game. Okay, they're less than honorable. They're not showing up with true blue intentions. They're not showing up in a space where, you know, what is given can be reciprocated. They want to take, they can't give, or that's how it's coming through, at least. Okay, so that Four of Swords energy, that energy is this energy where they really can't step back. You've got the Three of Wands and the Four of Swords energy coming through here. This energy is this energy of not being able to step back. They have to really, with that Three of Wands, they have to really be taking action, always going out and finding something new, or a new kind of energy to be able to kind of siphon, if that makes sense. And I know this potentially sounds a little bit harsh, but the energy coming through, and how heavy this King of Wands energy keeps showing up in the readings, Aquarius, it really, this is that truth, that wisdom that they are running or hiding from, okay, that is coming through. So that Four of Swords energy, this energy of them really, they need to, what they could do, what they need to do is really take a step back. But again, they cannot feel isolated. If they when they feel isolated, they can't take it. They can't handle it. They can't be by themselves. They can't be alone with their thoughts. They can't be alone with themselves, because then the reality comes through. Then they get, with those swords, too much in their head. Then they get to thinking too much. Then they get to seeing too much. So they have to really, really be in this energy of always being active. Always, they can't let anything come in besides that. They always have to be out and about. Okay, so if you notice that somebody in your life can never be alone, this is that person. Okay, now you also have that Four of Cups coming in. So see, you have the Four of Swords, the Four of Cups coming in. They get into this place, why, with those double towers, Aquarius, they get into this place where they have that introspection, right? We just talked about that with the Four of Swords. If they do, they can self erupt. They can self kind of implode. And so that is where they stay away from. Okay, they cannot take it. They cannot do it. They would rather be in this place of stirring crap up, of causing issues, of bringing you into their chaos, of all of the things, than to have to actually take a step back, and even be in a place of boredom. That cannot happen, because if they allow that, Aquarius, what else might happen? Where might they self implode? Where might they actually see a truth or a wisdom that they've been hiding from or running from for so long? This energy, Aquarius, is coming through for a big reason. And again, one or many of you needed to hear it. I was halfway thinking, like when I was doing the shuffles, that this was going to come out as a third tower, which would have been unheard of. But it came out that Four of Cups, which is just as telling. Okay, this person cannot be by themselves. This person, and of course they're doing the best that they can with the resources that they have. There's that potential that this is all they've ever known and this is what they grew up with, and so this is how they show up in the world themselves. But that doesn't mean that you have to continue to allow them to be an energy vampire to you, to allow them to show up in less than honorable ways, to allow them to continue this pattern or this process, or continue to kind of bring their chaos into your life. You can break the chain. You can disallow. You can walk away. You can not allow them to continue to come back in. For those of you that is the thing, you get to make the decision. And now that you can see kind of how this is playing out or how this is coming through, Aquarius, now that you know better, you can do better. So it's up to you now, right? Because this person will continue to show up as long as you allow them to, right? I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. Also, do be sure to check out that like night and day reading where we talked about this. There's been several that we have, but that one was a little bit more in depth, even though it didn't have anything to do, kind of showed up there as well. Anyway, check that out. There'll also be another reading that you can check out here. Be sure again to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. We do have about 30% of the viewers that continually come back that are actually subscribed. The other 70% aren't. So that 70% of you, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, all right? As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.